Hi there, I'm Alex Hager, and I'm doing my presentation on Financial Freedom, A Guide to Achieving Lifelong Wealth and Security by Ruben Advani. I'm going to have some question and answers with my roommate Jake here, who's recording us, and let's get started. Ruben is the current president of Telestrat Education. It's a company devoted to teaching people about financial security. They have online classes and they have a physical venue as well. Ruben earned his bachelor's from Yale University, and he got his master's from the Wharton School of Business. He started off working at Morgan Stanley. He's also worked for Sony Corporation, and he's been CFO, CEO of many big corporations and divisions. So he knows what he's talking about. He's also taught university-level finance classes. And so this book is basically telling the regular person how they can be financially successful and be financially free, unlike a lot of our society. So I'd like to make 6 points from this book that I drew out that I enjoyed the most and think I should share with you. Number 1, the focus on buying appreciable assets. Our generation is very focused with buying the flashy assets, buying the cars that lose most of their value right when you drive them off of their lot. Clothes, nights out, food, after you buy it, it is either all gone or depreciates a lot. So one of the main focuses of this book is to buy appreciable assets like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, commodities, things that you can gain money on. And that way you will not lose value and you will not lose wealth. Number 2. Jake, do you think credit is bad?
No, I don't.
Well, it is yes and no. It can be both. You need credit eventually for any car loan you get, any mortgage, but that's only if you have good credit, only if you have good credit history. But bad credit history is almost worse than having no credit history. And then eventually you can never get the rate you want or even get a loan that you do need at one point. And so the main point here is to pay off your balance every month, but do use it so eventually you can use it in your financial life. Point number 3, which I never really thought of, but it struck me when I was reading this book, is going paperless. Jake, how many letters do you have right there sitting on the counter?
Too many.
A lot. Exactly. It forms clutter, you forget about things, and it's not good for financial status. So Ruben mentioned less clutter and putting everything online, having an online bill pay, and having everything scanned onto your database. That way you never lose it and you can find it easily. Point number 4, the biggest lesson, which everybody knows about this, well, most people know about this, but it's compounding interest. Compounding interest may be one of the biggest lessons in finance, and it's something that everybody needs to learn how to use. It's basically making money from doing nothing, which is great. Jake, if I took $10,000 from 1992 until 2012 and just applied the interest and earned a return on them from actual returns, how much money do you think you would have?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, I actually have a chart for you. Right here, I have a chart from the S&P 500, which is the blue line, and I have a chart from a AMCAP fund, which is a large cap fund through American Funds Mutual Funds. And if you go back to 1992 and put in $10,000, not even adding a single penny, just reinvesting the dividends and all of the returns, by 2012 you would have right under $80,000, which is pretty good for not doing anything and forgetting about $10,000. So that's a big lesson of this book. Making money work for you. Lesson number 5 comes off of compounding. It's diversification. You need diversification in order to keep these long returns. And less risk with the returns. It allows for gradual compounding. If one area suffers, then another area can pick up on those returns. I have another chart here, and this is on my mutual fund portfolio. I have 57% in U.S. stocks, non-U.S. stocks is 21%, U.S. bonds 9.5%, non-U.S. bonds 2.8%, and cash at 8.8%. And so I did that because I have a long horizon, and if something happens now, I can make better on it in the future because I'm investing probably over 30 years. Number 6, if you understand real estate, it is a very good thing to get into. Ruben mentions that most wealthy people are into real estate, and it's for a reason. When you buy real estate, you have an underlying tangible asset, and then you can also make money off that asset. So if you understand it and are able to do it, that is something that makes a very wealthy individual. Number 7, I've never thought about this before, but it is a very big lesson in his book. You need to take care of yourself. Take care of your health, take care of everything that you do, because number 1, healthcare gets expensive by the time you get older, and number 2, you cannot make money and become wealthy and financially independent if you are dead or in the hospital. And that's something, one of the big lessons I took from the book that I never really thought about, but it's an important thing to note. So in conclusion, buy appreciable assets. Use credit, but use credit right. Diversify, compound, and most importantly, take care of yourself. Thank you.